Ethan was a quiet 17-year-old with a curious mind and a love for stories. One rainy afternoon, while rummaging through the attic of their old countryside home, he found a dusty shoebox labeled "Our Wedding, 1997. Intrigued, he carried the box downstairs, sat cross-legged on the living room floor, and began flipping through the delicate photographs of his parents. Wedding day. He smiled at the images, his mother in a flowing white gown with a bouquet of lily, her eyes full of youth and laughter. His father stood tall beside her, proud and beaming. Friends, relatives, food, dancing, laughter, each photo captured a moment of pure joy. But as Ethan turned to the back of the album, his smile began to fade. There was a photograph he hadn't noticed before, one that didn't quite match the rest. It showed his parents on the church steps, surrounded by guests. But something in the background caught his eye. A man, dressed in black, standing far away under a tree, almost hidden. His face was pale, his eyes cold, and he wasn't smiling. Unlike everyone else, this man seemed out of place. Watching, Ethan squinted, then grabbed his phone and zoomed in on the image. The man stared straight at the camera, not at the couple. His expression was chilling, as though he knew something. No one else did. Ethan flipped the photo over. A faded note read, "Do not show this one." It was written in his mother's handwriting. Goosebumps ran up his arms. He quickly showed the photo to his mother, who was preparing tea in the kitchen. When she saw it, the mug slipped from her hand and shattered. "Where did you get this?" She whispered, pale as a ghost. "It was in the box," Ethan said. "Who is that man?" She didn't answer right away. Her lips trembled. Her hands shook. "Ethan, listen to me very carefully," she said, sitting down slowly. "That man, his name was Richard. He was your father's best friend once. Until everything changed." Ethan leaned in. "He was obsessed with me," she confessed. "Even after your father and I got engaged, he wouldn't let go. He followed us, threatened us. The night before the wedding, he showed up at my apartment. He said if I went through with the marriage, something terrible would happen." Ethan's heart thudded in his chest. "I thought it was just heartbreak, that he'd move on, but the day of the wedding, we saw him, lurking in the shadows. I told your father. He wanted to confront him, but Richard vanished before he could." "Did anything happen after that?" Ethan asked. His mother nodded. 3 months later, our apartment was broken into. Nothing was stolen, but the walls were vandalized with red paint. Messages written everywhere. "You should have chosen me." We moved to the countryside after that, changed our numbers. We never spoke of it again. Ethan was stunned. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because we thought he was gone. We wanted to protect you. We thought it was over." That night, unable to sleep, Ethan studied the photo again. The man's face haunted him. The next day, he decided to look through the rest of the attic, searching for more. After hours of digging, he found another old box, this one unmarked. Inside were more photos, newspaper clippings, and letters. One article caught his attention. "Mysterious fire kills local recluse minus 2003 Richard Langston. 33 was found dead in a cabin fire in the hills outside town. Officials say the blaze was likely accidental, though the cause remains undetermined." Ethan took the article to his parents. His father sighed deeply. "That fire ended it, or so we believed. But what if it didn't?" Ethan asked, holding up the photo. "This photo?" The way he stared at the camera. It's like he knew we'd find it someday. That night, Ethan had a strange dream. The man in black stood at the edge of the woods, just beyond their home, staring, waiting. When he woke, cold sweat on his brow. He looked out the window. And in the fog, just beyond the trees, a dark silhouette stood. Watching. The past, it seemed, was not done with them yet.